Hey dudes and dudettes, today I'd like to show you my new homemade sandals. And I've been thinking about making these for a long time, and I even made some with a rug as the sole, like a wool rug. But these are my new leather sandals with latex sandwiched in between. They've got a 1/4 inch of leather thick stuff on the bottom, and I even carved tread on the soles too. And the straps are held with sides that were sewn on, and they have 2 buckles, one that holds the back strap and one that connects. Oh, that holds the back strap, and then one that connects this strap that holds your foot down. They also have built-in orthotics on the side. You just open the zipper, just like my orthotics. You open the zipper and put as much support in there as you like. And I'm not sure if you can see the arch or not, but there's about 6 tablespoons of mallet holes because I have high arches. Now, these orthotics, I made plenty of kind of blunders, but not really, because they're just prototypes, and I didn't know exactly what sequence to sew, to glue, etc., and material selection, all of that. But by God, I did pretty good, you know. Next time they won't have that kind of screw up there in the back. It'll look like that, nice and clean. But yeah, I just latexed the outside. Okay, so that's what that shininess is. It's got latex, liquid latex rubber painted on it. And I'm just letting that cure right now before I take it out into any kind of a wet weather like we're having. And you put them on. You put them on like this. Let's see if I can do it on the table here, so you can see good. So you open them up a little bit there, and then you just slide your foot in. Like so. And you can see that I've got the back adjusted exactly to where I need to, so that the foot is as far forward or back as I like it. And then you just cinch them down. And then these are solid brass buckles. There we go. Woohoo! Not bad for my first pair, sort of my first pair. I'm not counting that wool soled pair that I showed you a couple of years ago. Now these are not grounding sandals because leather doesn't conduct electricity. So I haven't really figured that out yet. But by God, I think they're pretty good. I've been walking around the house in them, trying to wear them in. Also, I took some leather conditioner and really rubbed it into this strap because the edges were still sharp from cutting the strap, you know. And so the leather has to wear in really good before it's really comfortable. All these edges, you know. But the softer this gets, the better it will be. And of course I could make a flap that goes all the way up. I could make these. Next time I'm going to make this side taller, and I'm going to double it right here where the holes are. I'm going to double the edge all the way down, and then this side will be a little bit taller to like there. So there are just modifications that need to be made, and like I said, the sequencing of how to put it all together. And around the outside, and you can't see it really good, maybe you can right there. Okay, so right there you can see underneath the latex there's holes that were drilled. There's like 175 holes that I drilled all the way around the edge, and then I did what's called a saddle stitch, and it's just this brutally freaking strong stitch that I learned how look it up on YouTube, how to saddle stitch. Okay, and it took each shoe took about 3 hours to drill and saddle stitch each one. Maybe 2.5 hours each. And I can get that down to a couple of hours because you get better at it. And then also I'll use the drill press instead of a drill because it keeps them straighter. But so I did pretty good with my first sandals. I'll show you some of the tools, some of the leather tools that I bought. It's a lot quieter in here, huh? Since it's raining outside. Okay, so I already had a big old leather mallet. And it's cool that I already had that because that's a great tool. Okay, so this punches holes. And see, this thing has rivets. You have to have a hole puncher for rivets and for those holes in the strap for your buckle. So this has 6 different size hole punchers. You just squeeze it, it punches a hole. Okay, that's leather glue, and I didn't even end up using the leather glue. I used all liquid latex to glue it together. And man, talking about strong. Okay, so this is the thread that you use to saddle stitch, and this is the only thing that's not natural on the whole shoe. This is some kind of a synthetic sinew. Okay, these are the saddle stitch and needles, leather needles. They're thick needles, and they're not really sharp on the ends, they're dull. Okay, these are all the different sizes of whatever you call those, studs. I can't remember what they're called. Those are the different sizes, and this is the punch that you use. Like you put it on the anvil, you put it on an anvil there, and you take that and you pop it with a leather mallet. You can use a regular hammer too, but I think that the leather mallet works better. These are punches, oblong punches. Like you use these for the little thing that's inside in the middle of the buckle. See that hole right there that's like in the middle of the buckle? Focus. Where the prong goes through, that has to be an oblong hole where this little prong goes through. And so you need it for that. Oh, and also, see these holes that are stretching? They won't stretch as bad after I've doubled that leather through. I might even put a thicker leather as the doubler. But you have to use since it's a 1/2 inch wide strap, you need a 1/2 inch wide punch. I also bought a 3/4 inch wide punch, and I may use 3/4 inch wide leather for the single back strap. Okay, and these are markers. I'm using them for markers. You can use them as a punch, but the thing is that these shoes are so thick that it doesn't get all the way through. So I found that it worked better to use them as a marker. I've got a 4 one too. Okay, that's a double, and then I've got this 4 marker. So it does 4 at a time. So I use them as a marker, and then I drill them. it ran out of tape. So anyways, that's just about the end of this vid, and I want to thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.